back to Christian community, what's the role of Sunday school? And are some churches doing enough about that? Is this important? It is vital to have this? Or this is just optional for a church? Because we've been churches doing so great with this and churches just ignoring the kids and they're just a big problem in the church, disturbing everybody and all that. Yeah. How you handle this and what's your opinion on this?
Okay. I love the questions because I have some unique answers. Again, the parent is a primary source of education, but it's really great when a church has the right teachers. I'm going to say it again, has the right teachers. So when I started my third church, we wanted to have Sunday school for our children, and these beautiful people came forward and said, "Oh, we'll do Sunday school," but they had the wrong attitude. They had the wrong spirit, and this is an expression I'll use. I'm going to take somebody who has bad breath and breathing on my kids. I'm sorry. I'm not going to invest in my child and have you breathe your bad breath on my child. I'm better off not having Sunday school. So when I started my third church, we didn't have Sunday school because I didn't have the right person. I didn't have the right gifting. Because you can do it, but if it's not done right, you can really hurt. I have people call me on the phone and say, "Pastor Brian, we want to come to your church. Do you have Sunday school for children?" No. Because I can't allow pressure to dictate what is right. And here's the beautiful thing is God provided. I had a large church. We had over 100 children in our Sunday school program. We had great teachers. And our superintendent, our overseer, she really didn't want to see the kids ever miss a class. So I had a policy if a teacher, if they're missing it, they should call another teacher and have them cover. And if they couldn't find somebody, we just simply didn't have the class that week. Well, my superintendent really wanted them to have a class, so she would cover it. And the next week she'd cover another class, and then she'd cover another class, and she'd cover another class. So 6 months later, the church, like following the Lord under the cloud and the pillar of fire, was moving. And when she finally came back into the church, we were over here and she was back here. And I went to her and I said, "This is not a good thing. And you're not following what I asked you to do." And she says, "Well, this is what I'm going to do." I says, "Well, if you want to do that, unfortunately, you're not going to do it here. You just have to step down and think about it for a while." And we met and we talked, and you just can't say kick them to the curb. You got to. And she was adamant that she wouldn't do it. So we sat and we talked, we met, we so on, and she finally understood that perhaps my approach was a better approach.
Well, so what you are saying actually is sometimes people fall in love with getting busy in the church.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And because their value is in what they do. And we all want to feel valued. And when people, and especially if they have a passion for it, a gift for it, and so people will place their value on what they do instead of who they are. And unless we have a responsibility to put our arm around them and say, "Listen, your value, I so appreciate that you're an usher, you're in the choir or whatever. I really appreciate that. But your value is not in what you do. Your value is who you are. And my Bible says you're special. And my Bible says you're a son or a daughter of God, and that's your value." We don't hear that a lot in churches, And sadly, pastors take advantage of people. He sees this needs to be done, and he puts so-and-so in charge of it, and he knows they're missing church, and but it's more important they miss church than take care of what he wants taken care of. And he sees that their value is in what they do, and so if he sees that, he has a responsibility to not do that. Again, so many pastors they don't know how to talk to the people.
So it's not wise to fill every need in church, even if you can do it. You have the time.
Mm-hmm.
You think you can do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very wise.
Well, again, the scripture says, unless the Lord builds the house, the laborers labor in vain. And if God doesn't provide it, then why would you do it? I know it's a bit unorthodox, but I think it's biblically sound. And I've seen this too, where we're waiting for the right person to come. And I've seen where somebody has the position and the right person comes and the person in the position doesn't yield to the gifting. And I believe that even in the church, we need to yield to the giftings. I'm the senior pastor, and so I do the primary preaching at the time. But if I saw that this person, it didn't have to be a pastor, it could be someone in the church, was carrying something of value, who should preach? Me or the person carrying something? So guess what I did? I had the person carrying something. You honor what God is doing. You honor what people are carrying. And oftentimes they are carrying the voice of God. And if I don't give them an opportunity, I'm going to miss the voice of God.